Okay, we need, yes, the flash. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. We need the flash, honey. Yes, honey. Hello everyone, Kia aka Twisted Quiller here for you today, and today's piece that we will be quilling is our very first St. Patrick's Day piece. Oh Lord. Very first St. Patrick's Day piece. If you don't know what this is, it's a leprechaun pipe. So this is the first of many. They will be added to the website very, very soon. You can look for them. Actually, I plan on launching these on the website by Monday. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. There are 6 templates in total. And each day I will do a different one. So for this pipe, the color that I will be using is this type of chestnut brown, which if you go on the website, based on this color chart here, it is the number 16. It is a light brown, and I really like this color, so I thought it would look great on this particular pipe here. I will show you all how to roll your strips, so do not worry about that. And also, if you don't have this template, it is perfectly fine. If you did purchase a DIY quilling kit from me and you have whatever template that you have, you can do that along with me because it's actually done the same way. The strips will be done the same way. It'll be filled the same way as well. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. The first pieces that I'm going to roll are the extra large paper strips, excuse me, which are these size here. These are the longest strips in the kit, and they produce these large, extra large loose coils. So this is what they'll look like once you're finished rolling them. And then I'll do all the other sizes as well, which are medium, small, and large. I will also need glue. So I just need to, let's see. Okay, so these will be first. Get my strips. I also will be getting my glue. So with your kit, you will be also receiving one of these twist bottles, these twist glue bottles, where you just simply untwist the top, squeeze it out, twist the top back. There will be glue at the top. You just take a tissue or a paper towel and wipe that off. Set it to the side, and it's ready for next time. You will not use this whole bottle with one sitting. You will actually use maybe a few little small, maybe about quarter size puddles of this glue with one template. So you'll have a ton of glue left over. for the next time. Or if you decide to get another kit and do a different template, then you'll have that leftover glue from that time. However, I do include a bottle of glue in every DIY quilling kit, but if you do not need the glue, there is a notes section when you go to purchase your item, and you can just type in the notes section that you do not need a bottle of glue, and I won't include it for you. For my glue, I actually have my own personal bottle that's the exact same thing, really. The top is just a different color, and ever since I started using it, I have not used anything else. I swear by it. It works amazing. You don't have to puncture the top. You don't have to do anything to it, but just simply unscrew it, and that's it. Well, not unscrew. You don't have to do anything but simply untwist the top, pour it out, and then twist it back. As simple as that. Alright. I'm getting my glue right now. That's why you don't really see me doing anything. I have to get a little more here in my bottle. Whoa. This is my bottle, my personal bottle of glue. It did have a label on it, but as you can see, it's pretty worn out. It's gone. But this is the bottle that I use. It's the same as those. It just looks a little different. You just unscrew the top. You just untwist the top and twist it back. I don't know why I want to keep saying unscrew it. Did you check on me? Okay. Now that we have our glue, I have a piece of paper. You can use any scrap piece of paper, whether it's a magazine, newspaper, or a regular sheet of paper. And I fold mine in 4 sections, and I just put a little bit of glue on here. You can put a little quarter size amount of glue. That's really all you need because you're going to spread out this puddle. As you can see, mine is a little runny. I put a little too much water in there, but so it's going to take a little longer for it to get tacky, for it to be ready to use. So just keep that in mind. If you do want to add water to thin out your glue a little bit, just add a little bit at a time. I'd say about maybe 1 teaspoon. I would do it 1 teaspoon at a time. Shake it up, squirt it out, see how you like it, and then repeat the same process until you get the result that you're looking for. If you put too much water in there, you cannot go back, and it is going to be very runny, and at that point it's just going to take you even longer to be able to glue your pieces, because look how thin this is. It's very thin, so it's going to take longer to set up, versus if I didn't put too much water in it, it wouldn't take that long. Alright. Okay. What is going on? Alright. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and pour a little bit from my big bottle. just simply because this just is going to take too long. So please, whatever you do, please just put a little bit of water at a time. Do not pour a whole lot in there because your puddle will look just like mine, and that is not what you want. That is a big puddle of glue that I just used right there. So that is a generous amount of glue. You really don't need that much. Just do about a quarter size, and that'll get you a nice big puddle so you can do a lot of pieces with that. If your puddle does dry, let's say you step away and you're going to come back and finish your piece, if your glue does start to dry, it is okay. Just squirt a little bit more and keep it moving. As you can see, this glue is thicker based on the way that it is spreading on the paper, as you can see. You see how it has that string here? It is very thick. If you get the tacky glue, just know it is very thick. However, with the bottles, the twist bottles that I have, the glue has no problem coming out. So you don't have to do any extra work. All you have to do is just untwist it, squirt it, and you're ready to go. Okay, so I have my glue puddle. This will not take long to get tacky, about maybe 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. I'm going to set that to the side, and now we're going to start rolling our paper strips. Now this is where the fun is. Again, this will be your end result. This is the loose coil method. I only use one shape in the DIY quilling kits, and that is simply because they are very uniform. You only have to learn one shape, and once you learn this, it's just about repetition, and you just continue to do that same thing until you get all these shapes in different sizes, and you're ready to go. I did make the paper strips different sizes. They are custom and they are cut by me as well. So here is the size medium. This is medium coil. I don't have a small with me right now, but I will show you what one looks like. This is the large loose coil, and then I showed you the extra large. These are the extra large strips, so they start out flat strips just like this. The first thing that you are going to want to do is take your quilling tool. You will have a quilling tool that looks like this. This one is my personal quilling tool. It has two ends. I do not use this end down here. However, I do use the slotted end that you use to roll up your paper. This is the same method as this. It's the exact same. The only difference is this one just has another end on it. But you will receive this with your kit. It has a slot on it just like this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it that well. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can't see it that good. But there is a slit in the top of this, and this is to slide your paper in. What you're going to do first, before you do that, is you're going to take your quilling tool, lay it on top of your paper strip. This process will actually prevent your paper coils from having creases in them and also bends as well, so that you have really smooth coils. So what you're going to do is take your quilling tool, place it somewhere near the middle. Put your index finger behind your paper strip, your thumb on top of your quilling tool. You're going to push down slightly on the paper, roll it upward, and you'll notice that the paper will curve. This is exactly what you want it to do. Flip it all the way around. Do the same exact thing. Put your quilling tool on there and gently roll it upward. Now you'll notice that the paper will curl on both ends, and once again, that is the result that you want. That is so you can have a creaseless, smooth paper coil once you finish. Next, you're going to take your slotted tool. You're going to take the slot and slide it in near the top of your paper strip. You don't want to put it all the way at the end, because when you're rolling, the quilling tool could slide off just like it did just now, and you'll have to start all over. So put it somewhere near the top. Don't put it all the way at the top. Then what you're going to do is you're going to turn your hand towards you. You'll notice that the flap at the top will be sticking up some. Just take your finger, gently push it down a little bit. Then you're going to roll it again, and that's going to tuck in that piece. Flip it at the top. You'll notice it's a little oval. Take your fingers and gently make it into a circle. Then you're going to continue to roll your paper strip until you get to the very end. And you'll notice that as I'm rolling, the paper is sliding upward. So what you do is just stop, take your index finger, push it down a little bit, and then you continue to roll. Once you get to the end, hold the end flap, hold your piece, take your index finger, slide it off the quilling tool, and you're going to loosen your fingers to loosen that coil. And that is what gives you the loose coil look. What you saw before was a tight coil. So you're basically taking a tight coil and you're loosening it up to get this particular look. Once you do that, another thing about this is I use cardstock paper. It is sturdier, however, it can still be formed, bent, and shaped as well. So because it is cardstock, it will only loosen so far, it won't fully unravel. So it does come to a stopping point. However, if you do need to tighten it, just pull this tail end a little bit, hold the top and bottom, and it'll tighten it up a little bit for you. You could just roll it a little bit here. Leave a little bit of the tail out at the end. This part will be glued. Take a scrap piece of paper or something with a straight edge, something that you can use to apply your glue with. Dip a little bit in your glue. You don't need a whole lot. I just have this little bit here, and I'm going to take it and apply it to the end, the tail piece of my paper coil. And again, you don't have to drench it. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of glue because once you close it, the glue will come out of the sides and the top, and then it can create a mess. So just use as little bit of glue as you can. Then you're going to take your tail end piece and you're going to seal the end. So put it on the end, seal it, and you're going to take your thumb, and there you go. Just make sure those ends are sealed really well. And as you can see, there are no creases, there are no bends. It is just a smooth, loose coil. I will repeat this same process. And again, if you do have a kit and you are learning to roll your paper strips, please feel free to do this along with me. I'm going to go over everything that I know, that I can teach you, that I learned, so that you can do the shortcuts and that it'll be fun for you as well, because you won't have to learn all the things I had to learn. I'm going to teach you how to do that. It's a fun process. I enjoy it thoroughly. I love it. It's very peaceful, calming. So here we go. We're going to take another extra large paper strip, and I'm going to show you one more time how to roll this, and then I'll show you how to do the other sizes. Once again, you're going to take your paper strip, place your quilling tool on top, and you're going to roll it along the top, causing it to give you this crease, this arch here, not crease, arch. Then you're going to flip it over, do the exact same thing. Again, you have an arch on both sides, and this looks like a little heart. Look at it, so cute. Then you're going to take your quilling tool, the slot at the top, and you're going to gently slide it into your paper. Not all the way at the end. Remember, it can slide off. Then you're going to turn it towards you one time. Take this flap, push it down a little bit with your finger, not all the way down. You don't want to make it flat. You just want to push it down a little bit so that flap is able to be tucked in once you roll it again. So as you can see here, I'm about to roll it again, and that flap is going to get tucked right in. You roll it one more time. You see the top, this top is oval. What will happen if you do not shape this into a circle is it will be oval on one end and it'll be circular on the other end. So it'll change the shape of your paper coil. So what you do is take your index finger and your thumb and you gently just push on the oval and you shape it to be a circle. It doesn't take long. Then you continue to roll your paper strip all the way until you get to the very end. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Get to the end, hold it. Take your index finger, slide it out. Take your fingers and gently loosen them. And there goes another loose coil, guys. You're going to get your tail piece here, and you're going to put a little bit of glue on there, not a whole lot, just a little bit. Put it on the end here. Then you're going to take your fingers and you're going to seal the ends once again. I don't have much nails. I just took my nails off, so as you can see, I have little nubs, but they still get the job done. And now, there's another loose coil. You repeat that same process really with all of your paper strips until you get them all done. It's just about repetition basically. So once you learn how to do your first coil, you repeat that exact same process over and over and over again. Nothing changes, nothing's different, it's the same process. So you do that with all of your size strips. Here are the large, for example. You're going to do the same thing with these, with your small and your medium strips as well. Once you get all of those rolled, then you are ready to place them inside your template. There are two ways you can do your template. One is when you're ready, you can permanently glue these down. I advise you to fill in your template first, get your design the way you want it, then take your pieces out one by one and glue them and place them back into the template. Because if you glue them before you do your design, they are hard to get up. They are hard to get out, and if you are able to remove them, it may mess up your piece. So that is just a little something I like to tell everybody. If you're going to glue it, please just place your coils in your template like so. Just place them in there. Get the design you want, because that way if you need to move them around or if you need to switch them around, you can just pick them up or slide them. Like let's say I don't want this here. Okay, I want this here instead. You can easily do that as many times as you want until you get your chosen design. Once again, if you have two colors, or if you have one color, place that in there, then take them out and dip them in the glue. So let's say, pretend this is filled up here. I'm going to take this piece out, dip it in the glue, then I'm going to place it in the template, hold down the top for a few seconds, and then it's glued down permanently. There's the other way to do this template is to make it refillable, where you just put your quilling strips in here and you do not glue them down. How does that work, you ask? You fill this in with all your paper strips. You can actually make it a little tight with your coils. Just make sure you have a lot to fill this piece, and then when you turn it over, they shouldn't dump out. However, if you make it refillable, you want them to dump out, so you just fill this in, don't glue it, turn it over, dump it out. Let's say you have two colors and you want somebody else to design it for you. So they can do it, they can practice, they can try it. However you want to do it, it's two different ways. So whatever way works best for you, those are both ways that you can go about doing it. Okay. I'm going to continue to roll these pieces, and you can just continue to be here with me and watch. Once again, put it near the end, hold it one time, press it down a little bit, flip it again, with your circle. Maybe a little tight, but you can still shape it. Then you continue to roll, roll, roll. Roll your boat down the stream. All the way to the end. Oh, you see that? That almost came loose. If it comes loose, it's alright. Just roll it up again. Hold the end, slide it off, and then gently loosen your fingers. Look how cool that is. Love that. Once again, get your tail piece out. Get a little bit of glue. Just a little bit. Don't need a whole lot. Get the end here. Then you're going to take your finger, smooth it down. And once you get it, There is another loose coil. As you can see, I did get a little glue on the top of my piece. What you can do for that, you can get a paper towel or a napkin and put a little bit of water, just a little bit, or if you have a paintbrush, just put a little bit of water on your paintbrush. A little bit. You do not need a whole lot because you don't want to drench the paper. And then you're going to gently just wipe that glue while it's still wet. Your paper may get a little wet, that's fine. It will naturally dry on its own. Just don't put too much water on it because then it could start to break down the paper, and then that could also ruin the piece as well. So as you can see, it's a little darker there. It will dry and be the same color as the rest of the paper, and it also removed the glue. So that is no problem at all. Here's our last extra large piece. I'm going to roll it a little bit here. Then we're going to roll it till we get to the end. This one's rather long, so it may seem like it's going to take a little bit to get to the end, but you'll get there in no time, I promise. Loosen your fingers. As you can see, before I had what's called a tight coil, and it's just really tight. There are no open pieces in it, no spacing. With the loose coil, it is spacing in it, so that's how you can tell the difference between the two. Once again, put a little bit of glue at the end. There we go. And then we're going to seal the end here. And we have another loose coil. Again, it's just a little small piece of glue here. I'm just going to gently wipe it a little bit. There we go. Next, we will be doing the large paper strips. That's what these look like. These are the next size down. You will do these the exact same way. The only difference in the paper strips are the sizes, the lengths of them, but everything will be done the exact same way. The reason why there are different lengths is so that once you finish your piece, they'll be, once you place them in your template, you can piece them together like a puzzle. They'll slide together really nicely. And I'll show you when I fill in this template here. So let's go ahead and roll our very first piece. Once again, take your quilling tool, roll it against the paper until you get that curve right there. Roll the other side. Get your quilling tool, slide that slot on in there near the top, not at the very top. Start to roll it towards you. Press lightly down on the top part. Roll it again to tuck that under. Take your finger and index finger. Shape it to be a circle. Then you're going to keep rolling, rolling till you get to the very end. Then you're going to slide it off your quilling tool. As you can see right now, this is what's called a tight coil. There are no spaces in here. Once you loosen your fingers, it will give you the spacing that you need, creating a loose coil. There's a little glue, right? A little dried glue here, trying to get out. And again, this paper will only unravel but so far because it is pretty sturdy. So, just to let you know, it will not fully unravel. And you take your glue again, take a little bit of glue, rub it on the end. Alright. Then we're going to roll. Then we're going to seal the ends. Alright, and then you have a large loose coil. And as you can see, I'm getting a little bit of glue on my end, so what I'm going to do is thin that out just a little bit more so that I don't have that glue coming out through the sides, which is the top. And again, you just keep repeating that same process through and through, over and over. We're going to roll this one more time. Take your slotted tool, roll it again. And once you do this a few times, you'll get the hang of it and you'll be able to roll through these, literally. You'll be able to just roll right on through and get these done in no time. Before you know it, you'll have all your pieces rolled and you'll be ready to put them in your template. Do your design. A little glue. Also rub the sides too, not too hard. You don't want to get a paper cut, but just kind of get that glue that runs off the side because that will be a part of the top and that glue will be on the top of your piece. Again, you can wipe it off, but you don't want to have to wipe off every single piece if you can help that or prevent it. Then we're going to seal the end here once again. Now we have another large loose coil. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Ooh, all right. I will be doing all the rest of these and then I will come back and I will show you how to fill in your template. So if you need to, just rewind this video to the very beginning and you can watch to see exactly how I rolled these paper strips. And then you can do it too. You can do it along with me. And again, you just repeat that same process with all of your paper strips. And then once you do that, you'll have a bunch of loose coils. You'll have a big pile that'll look something like this. And then you'll be ready to place them in your template. So when I come back, I will show you how to put these in your template.